As we all know, network is used for sharing, messaging and collaboration of data. However, the more the network is used for this purpose, the lesser is the security of data, either in terms of viruses or hacking and other cyber attacks. To prevent the network from these malicious or unethical practices, various strategies and choices are available that work as building blocks of network security.
The types of threats that our computer network security faces can be classified into four: viruses, worms, Trojan horse, and spams. What are viruses? Viruses are small programs that are written intentionally to damage data and files on a system. These programs are spread from one computer system to another, which interrupts the normal functioning of a computer. Viruses can attack any part of a computer software, such as boot block, operating system, system areas, files, application programs, etc. Viruses are most easily spread with email attachments. They can be broadly classified into three types. Viruses that attach themselves to a program file are known as file infector viruses. Viruses that install themselves in boot sectors of hard drive are known as boot sector viruses. And last, macroviruses. They infect data files and corrupt the data in the system.
Characteristics of viruses. Speed of a computer system becomes slower than normal. Computer system frequently hangs up. Computer restart automatically after every few minutes. Various applications of computer or other softwares may not function properly. Dialog boxes, menus, and other error message windows are distorted. Damage is caused by viruses. They corrupt file allocation table, which results in corrupting the entire file system. Replication of files occurs that decreases space in hard disk. They can destroy system programs and files. They can cause destruction of specific executable files and alteration in data files, resulting in reinstallation of a system. They can format specific tracks on the disk. There are certain things that we can do to prevent such attacks. Use a good antivirus software to permanently remove viruses. Always scan pen drives and other secondary storage media in order to detect viruses and to safeguard our system. It is very much important to frequently update your computer system and to keep all the softwares updated. Kaspersky, McAfee, Norton, AVJ, etc. are some of the good antivirus softwares available. The next type of threat that our computer network security faces are worms. A worm is a self replicating program that runs independently and travels across network connections. The characteristics of worms and viruses are more or less same, but a worm can cause more damage to the computer system. The worms are classified into four: email worms, instant messaging worms, internet worms, and file sharing network worms. The worms that spread through any emails which contain any file attachments or link to an infected website are email worms. The worms that spread through instant messaging across network by sending mails to an infected website are instant messaging worms. Internet worms, in this case, the infected worm will use the contact list of users' chat room profile or instant message program to send links to infected website. These types of worms are not as effective as email worms, since the recipient need to accept the message and click the link. The user of that particular program will only get affected by them. File sharing network worms. These types of worms are downloaded along with the required files downloaded by the user. The user may not be aware about this worm, and therefore, when the user downloads any file, the worm will copy itself into a shared folder with an unassuming name. When another user on the network downloads files from the shared folder, the worm gets downloaded on their system also. In this way, the worm copies itself and the process repeats. Characteristics of worms. I already said that they are self-replicating programs and they can run independently. Unlike viruses, worms does not require host. That means they are self-contained. It spreads across networks through email, instant messaging, or junk mails. What are the damages caused by worms? A worm may corrupt the files on the host computer. It may affect communication between the host and other systems. It may disable the antivirus software on the host computer, which will enable it to cause even more damage. Bulk email chaining can be created with an intention to guess email passwords. A worm consumes too much system memory, causing web servers, network servers, and individual computers to stop responding.
And there was a situation in the year 2004 in which a worm called Fatbot infected millions of computers in the same way and had the ability to steal personal information, including credit card details, and to send spams over a very large scale. The third type of threat is Trojan horse. A Trojan horse is a kind of virus that looks safe but has hidden effects. It is a hidden code in a program such as a game or a spreadsheet that can damage the system when running those applications. It can destroy or alter information on a computer system in the background. There are several types of Trojan horse, mainly six: remote access Trojan horse, destructive Trojans, data sending Trojans, proxy Trojans, FTP Trojans, and denial of service attack Trojans.
Unlike viruses, Trojans do not replicate themselves, but they are destructive. Trojans are generally spread through email attachments and exchange of disks and information between computers. Worms are also capable of spreading Trojans.
Our last topic is spams. Spam refers to electronic junk mail that eats up the entire computer space. It floods the internet with many copies of the same message to be sent to a user which he may not receive otherwise. Generally, it is in the form of pampering the user with various discount schemes or commercial advertising, often for dubious products, get rich quick schemes, etc. Mobile phone spam is a form of spamming that uses text message service of mobile phones. Spams can be avoided by using email filtering tools, spam traps, etc.
So, I'm concluding my seminar with an assertion that we all must be very cautious while dealing with the digital platform. Thank you and have a nice day.